Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode here on the SMP. Behind me is a whole town, actually, because we did quite a bit in the last episode. We worked on some trees, actually finished the last of the trees over there in the rural area, and we worked on a couple buildings over in the town, the last buildings in the town. So we're really getting pretty close to being finished, but there's still always more to do. We got a lot of detail work to do over there, and we got a lot of detail work to do over here. And I think I'm gonna start in the rural area. So let's go ahead and go over there. Out here in the rural area, we have quite a few different details going on. We got flowers and grass and boulders and these moss carpets that hide lights underneath. And we need to continue all these details out into this new section that we just recently got finished with. There's quite a bit going on here, and we'll need to also build out this fence line that's being marked by scaffolding. So it's a lot of work. I'm not sure if we can finish it all in this episode, but we can sure try. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we're pretty much done with this area over here. We got all grass and flowers and moss carpets with candles underneath all in place here. We did leave this area blank under this future project that we're not going to get to in this episode. We got some paths going in the areas that I thought made a little bit of sense for paths to be in. We got pine cones in the pine trees and underneath, and I think, oh, and the fence going around, and I think we're all pretty much done with the rural area except for this future project. So I think we'll go ahead and move on to all the details that we need to do in the town. Here in the town, we got these two buildings that we worked on last episode. This one is pretty much completely finished. We got everything done, the interior finished. We just need to move some villagers in, so I guess we'll work on that. And we also have the interior that we need for this building to make this one finished. We got this over here, which needs a little bit of attention. We got a tree that can probably fit in here, some bushes, grass, flowers, some stuff like that. There's this whole area over here that we'll probably not get to in this episode, especially this stuff around the back that all needs worked on. And we have this island over here that we're going to be doing something with. It's in between the two bases here and there. And I don't think we're getting to that this episode. We're gonna start with moving these villagers over, then the interior, and we'll go from there. Well, we finished it all, and pretty quickly too, so there's not too much to talk about. But there is more to do afterwards. There's villagers in here that we moved in, the 3 different types of smith that I had, the toolsmith, armorer, and weaponsmith that's back there. I don't know why they're all hanging out in a corner, but they are, for now at least. And they kind of got in here pretty easily without too much issue, so not too much to talk about there. Over here, we have the interior that I did. It's a barber shop, and I tried to do a little barber pole thing out the front here with the like red and white stripes. It didn't really work out too well, but it's good enough for me to leave for now. In here, we have a pretty fancy interior. There's quite a bit going on in here, a lot to talk about, but I don't really want to focus on one detail or another too much upstairs. We got something a lot more simple going on, so there's not much to talk about there either. I think if there's anything really to mention in this space, it's the armor stand that's under the floor. This was kind of hard to get in here, had to use like pistons and stuff, but I think it adds quite a bit of detail just with a little like metal thing on the end of the chair. I really like it. Outside, we have the tree and the flowers and the grass and stuff that I mentioned. Again, there's not much to talk about there. I've talked a lot about trees on this channel. There's nothing else. We did all that I wanted to get done, and we still have time left over, so I guess we're gonna move on to something else. But probably not this area over here. This isn't planned out very well. I don't really have a good idea of what I'm doing. So I think we should go somewhere else and do something I have actual plans for. This building right here has had an interior planned for it for weeks, and we still haven't been able to get to it because of those villagers right there. We've been moving villagers out of here. Those smiths were the last ones to go, the first ones were the farmers and the masons that are up in that building. We gotta move these last two in order to get this interior in place, and I think I know what to do for this one. We can build an interior for this small little building right here, and I think I can move that one just out of the way by putting him with the rest of the villager breeder. I think that'll work, and then we can move on to the interior in this building. Alright, we got everybody moved over and we got the interior to this building finished, so let's go ahead and check it out. We got this guy right here who sells us maps and things. I don't use him very much, so he's not very leveled up, but we got some interesting details in here that I really like the look of, and just kind of tells a story a little bit. And we got the other guy moved over, like I said, and he's just chilling out in here. There's not probably going to be an interior to this building because it'll be really hard with the villager breeder to build anything that looks fancy. But we do have this building finally cleared out, so I think we should go ahead and do the interior. And we are finished with the interior. This building in front of me here is completely done, but you might have noticed in the time lapse there isn't an upstairs. There's just a downstairs, which is kind of weird because this is supposed to be a hotel, but we didn't have any room because of the villager breeder up there. So it's just the downstairs. There's no rooms in this hotel. So I might put a no vacancy sign out front or something. I think that'd be funny, but it just ends in black wool. We have a little lobby right here though with a little reception desk, a little rug, some hotel art, which I think this painting serves very well as. We have a little back area for staff maybe, and a little supply closet back here, as well as a little back entrance. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to talk about this building. So I think we're at the end of the video because I'm out of time. And we got up to so much today that, it should be the end of the episode anyway. So thank you guys all for watching, and God bless.